I'm still just thinking about metal slimes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, and there is a new Magic set that came out this week, so we're gonna fit in some more drafts. Wanting to fit it in some more draft time today before the weekend. I won't have any time on the weekend to be able to fit in drafting, but I will be able to fit it in today. So, we did a single lengthy draft on Tuesday, and that was a blast. Got to enemy AI affect people with one of the most busted enchantments in the game. Turns out land tax is, look, there's no, like, winning move against the card. That's not true. We did lose one game where we had land tax. But anyway. So yeah, Wilds of Eldraine, new set, came out on Arena on Tuesday. And we're going to do some drafting. Would you splash for land tax? Depends on what my splash looks like, but unlikely. Because land tax is the card that fixes you, and also if you get your fixing on 4 to play land tax, your opponent can just go cool and not play lands past that and still make all their plays. So it doesn't really, it doesn't work on an off color that well. Really enjoy the inclusion of these weird old enchantments. It's fun. Brothers War had a similar feel, though the enchantments in here feel a lot more targeted. Brothers War had a lot of eggs and a lot of little bits and blurbs for specific Power Stone decks. But the ones in here seem okay, here we've got rat card deck, we've got stuff for 4 different decks in existence, and it was something that held that limited format together. So I think Brothers War and tentatively this work better than the Mystical Archive, just because Mystical Archive is hey, here's a removal spell a lot of the time. The Strixhaven one, where it was instants and sorceries, because oh boy, I can be excited about Lightning Helix, but at the end of the time, at the end of the day, it's just Lightning Helix. It's not something a specific build around where you open up literal necropotence or something of that nature. There were a couple like that, but a lot of them were a lot less like that. Anyway, I tried to play Natural Order once. Even with the best target, it was okay at best. Anyway, let's jump on in. Do some drafting. So yeah, last time we were black-white, we had I'd say reasonable enchantment sub-theme. Wasn't major, it wasn't minor, it was extant. And we'll see how that looks this time. Alright, our opening gives us some tiny cards. Foamsbane Troll. Okay, so it's a 5/5 for 4. Second aura, fight target creature you don't control. Okay. It then exile. Okay, so this is a 4-mana 5/5 that just can, for 1, destroy target creature for anything that's smaller than it. That's very good. 2 colors is obviously a commitment. but like I'm willing to commit. Shatter the Oath is in here. Rat out. Um, the white in here is pretty nice. Hopeful Vigil is really strong. Yeah, I'm willing to pick a 2-color card to start. How many packs would everyone need to open in a cube setting to be able to flat play Commander? Like, do you mean like a full 100 card deck? Or like, ooh, hold on, what do we got here? The Rat Peasant, Royal Treatment, Feed the Cauldron. Red Tooth Genealogist is also really good. There's a white creature that's like put a young hero roll on death, and this is just so much stronger. Lord Skitters comes with a rat, sacrifice thing, draw, or menace your team. Sweet Tooth is also really good here. This is like food and some 1/1 counters minimum. It's like a 3/3. There's a lot of good cards in here. The feeling of it, the first Commander Legends draft set had a good feel of it. I'm trying out. I don't know if Sweet Tooth is right. We might have wanted the roll off that, but okay. Lord Skitter's Butcher on this one. Screen Puff. Turn to the Wilds. Prophetic Prism and Ginger Brute. Wonder if the food theme is like enough to actually build your deck around. Intangible Virtue is strong. In here, it's got like knights and rats. The rats getting vigilance doesn't do much, but +1/+1 is a lot. But yeah, you don't have 100 cards in the Commander Legends the first time around, but it was still a really fun format. Land on a food, landed on. I'm gonna pick up this Butcher. Does a lot. Okay, a lot of red. Holy smokes. Twisted Fealty is take a creature. Cut in is like a kind of expensive kill spell. Witchstalker Frenzy. This one's actually really good. Versus the Werefox is a fight. I'm interested in almost picking up the red here. Witchstalker Frenzy is 5 damage. It costs 1 less for each creature that attacked. That's not you attacked with. It's just attacked. Kind of beats the hell out of Cut In. Troublemaker would be like the on-color pick here, but I'm not super interested in that. I know we've got some stuff for it, but like, I'm willing to kind of shift around this early, see what colors end up open. Torch also looking kind of nice for red. If we can get some red removal going on, perhaps we find one of our colors works with that, and Fawnsbane becomes a splash. It'd be an interesting direction. Root Rider is fine too. Root Rider is ramp and fixing. Yeah, one of the things I like to like do as I'm going through these drafts is, oh, this is actually a pretty neat one. Like you can pick a 2-color card or pick a heavy card or a powerful card as your first pick, but you also do have to like pay attention to the ride that you're on. You know, you're looking at like what cards you open and what cards like are still coming around and saying, okay, like all of a sudden a color's gone or a color's big. Huh. Is this any good? It's like an overrun, but like, is that better than just like a good 2-drop? I feel like if I pass that up, I'm probably not in the food plan, but I don't have cards to make me feel like I'm in the food plan. I'm gonna get red a little pinned down here. Skewer Slinger's good. Beanstalk Worm is fine. Brave the Wilds is actually really good for fixing up things. Brave the Wilds is a really strong bargain. Brave the Wilds here, bargain is target land becomes a 3/3 with haste with no duration. So all of a sudden, like early game, this could fix for red or even fix for black if we're ended up with this Fawn's Bane. But late game, we can throw away a food and all of a sudden have a really powerful friend. Nothing really here. White looking really untouched. Phyrexian Life, very funny. The card gets to be like a fitting reprint. Like, the Phyrexians were still around in here. With Monstrosity, this fits like a food plan and a body plan. I don't know what our colors are going to end up being. Evolving Wilds could make this work a lot better, that's for sure. Mushroom. Okay, red's still looking good. The Ratcatcher Trainee and the Minecart Daredevil are both like really strong effects. The Trainee is instant on making the rats, and I think I appreciate that. Daredevil is like a Alpine Grizzly, but bigger. Oh! Another Skewer Slinger, and we can pick a Grabby Giant. It's another piece of fixing, and it's a reasonably large body. I'm not super huge on Kindled Heroism. Phyrexians ran into Eldraine. Phyrexians on Eldraine are the reason that the plot that is occurring on Eldraine is happening. So, like, the current, like, the plot of this set is that there's this, like, witch's curse that's, like, hugely, like, like people are falling into this, like, deep sleep, because that was the way they ended up dealing with the Phyrexians, is, like, just putting, the end of Best of Both Worlds, put them all to sleep sort of style thing. And we haven't turned that off, and that's a problem still. It's why we have Ashiok hanging out. Howling Glare Fang is really strong. Frantic Firebolt is also, like, real. I'm picking Song of Totentans, because this is Summon All Rats. Makes green a little bit more interesting as a color. We also have some powerful, okay, Sewer Witch helps our rats. Champion, Agatha's Champion is also another removal spell. Like, I think this is, I don't, like, the thing with the Sewer Witch is that it's not going to be playable with Black of the Splash, which is the direction I believe we're looking. Whereas Agatha's Champion is, like, again, small Necrotol, for this. Hatching Plans, by the way, was, like, really hard to work with and constructed, but with Bargain as a thing, all of a sudden it's a way stronger card. Chancellor here is also really good. Virtuous Strength. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, hold on. Hey, now. How much mana? How much mana? The, like, probably correct pick in here is like Evolving Wilds or the Troublemaker. This is at least a the Garenbrig growth on this is a Raised Dead, or like even a little more than a Raised Dead. It can hit a land, like if I need an Evolving Wilds back. This is interesting. Garrick's Uprising is 4 power creatures, draw, and then creatures have trample. Another Ratcatcher Trainee, actually a Root Rider Fawn, also something that's good in here. Bespoke Battle Garb. This card's like, whatever, it's a Bone Splitter for like really expensive. Flicker Coin's pretty good. A lot of stuff that's can kill. I'm gonna pick one of these. Oppression. Sure, that one's cool. Beanstalk Worm. Oh, I actually like this. Ferocious Werefox is another role creator, and is a instant speed one, so it can be like a combat trick that hands off that. Monstrous Rage works the same way. Instant role creator. Kind of like having some big things like that that are like early and later. It's bespoke. That's why. Oppression's very funny. Love to see that there. Okay, Night of Sweet Revenge again. Versus like the Bruiser. Yeah, we're not like super in on this. It's like a ramp spell that's a really late overrun. I'm not sure if that's necessary. But if we do want one, we'd want one, and it would be versus like this. Yeah, I'll take one copy of this. I don't know if it's actually as real as I want it to be. Wow, all of our colors in this pack, huh? Edgewall pack comes with a... I can probably pick this Firebolt to get some more removal going on. Just try to last a game. Ooh, two-headed. This one's actually quite nice. Two-headed Hunter. Hand off double strike, and then also a pretty big body. Another trick. No bacon, no pie in this set. Dark Tutelage, Whisper. I can take another Firebolt or a Flicker Coin. The coin. Alright, Beanstalk Worm, how you doing? Chancellor of Tails coming back around is kind of wild. This is quite a good card for that setup. Double Adventure is always nice. Abira, Dreaming Duelist. This is a cool card. Very cool card. Fellow Horseman, unlikely to be necessary. Let's flick some more coins. Okay. So we have kind of the idea of our deck. Minstrosity and Butcher aren't going to be in here, but Fawn's Bane Troll will. So we're like Gruul with like a black splash for like because it's pretty easy to do so. Brave the Wild. This is actually a fine final pick. This card's like okay. Hello. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have Rowan, Scion of War. Spells you cast this turn that are black and or red cost X less, where X is the amount of life you lost. You're probably not doing too much with this. Because, like, that's like more of a constructed ability to try to work with. We don't have, like, a life payment. Tons is just whenever it or another non-token dies, make it the rat. Those are both, like, strong to have on our splash. Rowan is Rowan and Will are like, mirrored cards. Will has the same ability, but life gain. I'll take Titans as a splash. Imodane's Recruiter. This card's nuts. That +1/+0 haste is really good. Merry Bards. Another Root Riders. Another choice if we want to try to, like... We have a kind of focus on these 4s and 5s, and Root Rider lets us push to those. Imodane's is kind of like a card we can follow up Song with, or follow up, like, and push a little bit with. We're not going to be doing too much else. The rest of the white in here is really good. Grasp is strong. Armont is good. I'm not sure what I care about in this one. Griffinary is neat, but, like, not really. Yeah, again, like, Rowan, that's what makes Rowan's hard to work with. You kind of need, like, life payment, life loss to to make Rowan function. That's a constructed card that you build around rather than a... I guess I'll just take... Guide. I don't really care. Neither of these are cards I'm super interested in. Harried Spearguard is fine. Another Brave the Wilds was back for seconds. Let's pick up 2 creatures, bargain, put one into play. Return. Harried Spearguard. Yeah. It's like rats, kind of push rats early. This is ramp fixing and food. With the rats. Hardened Scales. I don't think we have too much that makes Hardened Scales interesting in this deck, sadly. 1/1 counters aren't the deck's stock and trade, it's like tokens. There's a couple rolls, but not much. Probably Curse. Gonna want some lower end creatures to go with this. Tail for the Ages is a cool one. Another Curse, another one cut in. Root Rider. This is a lot of Root Riders. Not certain if we need that many. Crescendo's an option. Ground Seals like Graves can't work. Actually like 3 bowls. This one's kind of cute. Spider food. Okay, another creature kind of early here. Oh, what? Okay, alright. And I'm pretty happy to see that. Okay. I'll take Collector's Fault. Collector's Fault is a fine way to... Alright. Alright, let's get the builds going here. So Recruiter coming back is nice. We have ways to be able to cast both sides of that too, so... Okay, I feel like we're just gonna splash black for the 2. Grabby Giant, Witch Stalker, Two-Headed Hunter, Song, Brave the Wilds, Fawn. I don't think I want that Witch Stalker. Werefox, Agatha's, Beanstalk, Virtue because it's funny, and then, like, these 2, Flick a Coin, Catapult. Kind of want a bigger creature count than that. Redcap Thief over. Curse of the Werefox, too. I kind of want a bigger creature count for Curse to be functional. Sweet Tooth's fine. I think Unruly Catapult becomes Verdant Outrider, and then... And I have every 2. Redcap Thief is also playable as like a... treasure creator. This is, if you played Nuka Penna, you'll remember the, like, one of the best commons in there was a 3/3 with this text and some keywords. Evolving Wilds will go in. I haven't adjusted lands yet. That's just an auto-include. But yeah, that just will be in here. I'm mentally going through the non-lands first, and then gonna worry about the mana base second. Again, what's our creature count in this? 15. I don't really want to go much lower than that. What's the actual Pull this up. So it's Song, Brave, Torch, Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth's creature, technically. Frantic Firebolt, Flick a Coin. Yeah, did not put the planes in here. Almost feeling I want bigger things in here. Maybe the Collector's Vault. Curse is on the other card, one of the other cards I'm thinking of, trying to find a spot in here for. It works really well with our large creatures. It's not super great with like Root Rider, but it'll get a job done. Maybe I don't care about Harried Spearguard. This is just sort of filler. We're not really that aggressive. Yep, that's not. Like our turn 1 is not really about that. Alright, and then that Evolving Wilds in, and then do some counting. We've got two black cards, black activation on you. We're not putting a planes in for this. We'll just do it off treasure tokens, or the Root Riders can do that as well if need be. If we get to that position. I almost feel like the Collector's Vault is something I'm interested in, because this deck doesn't have, like... Ah, Doc, thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We are, as you can see, got the Gruul going on with us. We got a little bit of a splash of black in here for some friends, but... the real, joke that this deck has in its pocket is the Virtue of Strength, which looks like nothing in Limited. Like, we're playing it because it's a raised dead, and that's fine. The second side is, wow, you get 5,000 mana. What's that gonna do? I don't know. Could do anything, really, if you think about it. We could do whatever we want with triple mana. No, 16 on this is probably asking for trouble. I think I'm going to put in the Treasure Vault. This is something we can do with, like, if we overdraw lands, this is a way to fix our hand up. The Vault. Okay. One swamp, because we've got the Root Riders and the Brave the Wilds and the treasure tokens and the... That's probably enough. I think we cut, actually, a couple of the treasure tokens. We still have Grabby Giant. Okay. Anywho. Nah, this isn't quite jutting him out. It's close, though. Alright, what do we got? This is really awkward. This hand doesn't do anything. As the combo, if we live. The problem is, like, living. Okay. keep this, and we will put... this one's interesting. Like the champion, we don't have anything to really throw away to it. Kind of want to keep the curve here. Maybe I do throw the champion back. Alright. Awkward, but we've got like a shock to push things forward, and like this is our end step. Okay, opponent. Okay. Don't like that. Oh, it's a very aggressive Fae. Thank goodness this has reach. Gonna save the shock here. If we can avoid it. Thoughtseize, huh? Sigh. Yeah, alright. I'll go hide the giant. Yeah, alright, okay. Are you just grabbing torch? I think it's not virtue. I think it's torch because I can just use virtue to pick up the recruiter. So, like, there's not really a huge point to it. Okay. I think we're just grabby giant. Do you have counterspell? Counter unless I pay 4, I believe. It'd be a lot. They have something. Mill 4, pick up rats off to you. That's a 1/3 vigilance. Okay. So you can go in with Barrow Naughty and attack, and then -1/-1 is plus pump to kill it, but that's their whole turn, and it's something I can just recur, so I don't really care. Like, we have the virtue to be able to just go like, nah, who cares? If it didn't make the trade, I wouldn't do it, but it still trades there. Okay. Well... let's get grabby. And then, leave up Firebolt plus. Perhaps we can do the recruiter for some bodies. Opponent's got some unknown cards and one more flyer left over. We have a removal spell here in the Firebolt. It's for 3. We can try and push that up, but, you know, it's a little hard to do so. Okay. Alright, what's our post-combat look like? Sure. We'll make a treasure checker, please. I think I'm just getting grabby again. So, do they have real removal for this? If so, that's not great. There's a lot of flying on the other side of the table, so I'm not super happy about that. I can play Virtue next turn if I want infinite mana. I'm willing to trade off for this flyer. That doesn't trade. If they have the... Oh, okay, that just doesn't trade. Okay, cool. We're gonna go... How do we want to do this? It's a 3/4 flyer. So I want Brave in the yard if possible. I think I'm making the... I think we're making the Knights. And then... Okay. They've got something on step. I'm not going to attack with Grabby. Grabby's going to stick for a little while. So they've probably got a kill spell for Giant. Well, if they had a kill spell for Giant, they would have spent it last turn, right? Like, they just have like a -2/-2 or something like that. Oh, okay, sure. Kill one of mine. That's fine. I don't know that doesn't seem super necessary. Oh, okay. We're hyper stunned. Sure. 2 top. Alright. A little scary. Block. Ooh, now we are talking. I probably want to save that for the biggest flyer. So... I think actually we're gonna go like this.
On our scale, mechanically, Fawn's Bane Troll is the bottom of the Eldraine trolls, but even still, I think it's in like the top 12 or so of trolls.
It's a hella strong troll.
Just that the Eldraine trolls, just across the board in general, they have a great flavor going on. They're all very good.
Yeah, this is like Eldraine is a you know, place of strong trolls.
Yes.
Our opponent's been trying to bop us with these Fae. We've been basically staying alive on the back of... I'm sorry, hold on.
Hi, Ashiok.
Even the grandest ideas start small.
What now? Alright. Okay, I can just kill that in combat with the troll. I don't think that's anything real. We are playing Virtue of Strength, which is a land tripler.
Nice.
Yeah, we just go... like so. That play didn't do much. They can infinite block on the troll to try to kill it, but I've got bad news for you.
Rest in peace, Ashiok. You got 2 horses.
Anyway. So my basic
So
land
this is
step for
an
triple.
enchantment that does triple mana. Okay,
Yeah,
got
it,
it.
it has a raised dead on the front side, which is why we're playing it. Asterisk.
Yeah, makes sense.
There is one card in our deck. That is a reason to be
Yeah.
playing this.
You have NX in there. I have no idea what your deck is like.
Yeah,
I'm
we're about to be
looking
able
at
to see it.
now.
That's why. Anyway, there's one card we can draw.
Oh. The rats.
The rats.
The rats.
The rats.
There, the rats.
Okay.
All right, so right here now you have, it looks like, 27
Yeah,
mana
also,
available to you?
Grabby Giant has pay 3, sack a land, draw a card.
Oh. Yeah, it seems pretty good.
So I'm gonna.
Go ahead and just eat some of these lands in
Yum.
exchange for... It's 1 per. It's basically
Yes.
tap land, draw a
Yum.
card. That's amazing. Nice. Another land.
Yum.
I swear to God, I am not Kavanaugh. I promise.
I'm gonna keep.
I
eating.
know we both live in Massachusetts and everything, but
Okay, that's a trick and a half. That's
Dark Creature gains double strike into line. You got a trampler, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
That's deep enough. This is a looting. Anyway, let's I assume they have some sort of thing. They have a 5-drop they could have played and just chose not to. So this is clearly an effect is going to occur, but hello.
They're just dead to the troll.
Yeah, I don't really need to work for this one.
Sure, you put up a... Oh, hold up. Oh, right, first strike step.
Yeah, that was first strike. Okay. So, the combination of triple mana and sack lands to draw cards.
When it is exactly 3 mana to activate it, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I was worried the aerial aggression was going to kill me in there, but they had to kill that giant twice, basically. And it cost them pretty heavily in both instances. The first time they killed it, it was a 2-for-1. And Timmeron, thanks for the big sub. Welcome. We are, so, I mean, we can take a look at the deck at this point here. But we are Gruul with 2 splashes. The splashes are very good
Black
troll.
Ravan's Bane Troll. Yep, okay.
This card's wild. You know. Like, 4 mana 5/5 is great. 4 mana 4/4 that fights. Great. And then, Tauntauns is, Rats on Death.
Yeah. I played against a Tauntauns commander deck before he was legal. As in before the set was out.
Good. That's basically the deck. Everything else is sort of, you know, extant level rats.
Yeah.
They have,
Just good creatures with occasionally with the adventures on them,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I think everything at the top is like adventures, with the exception of Agatha's Champion, which is just another copy of Tauntauns, or not Tauntauns, of the Fonzbane Troll. We're using the Root Rider Fawn as the way to get up to these early, as well as Root Rider Fawn fixes for black.
Makes sense.
Or fixes for
pretty
white.
good. That's a pretty good dork for a 2-mana dork.
Yeah, and then
Or fixes for white for trained troops. Ooh,
yes,
okay.
we have a couple treasure tokens that can make this. We aren't playing a plains for Recruiter. This card, very good. Even if you can't even if you can't use the left side, the right side is like, you know, hasted body with like not a big trumpet, but
and if you can cast both sides, that is a lot of power and toughness on a single creature that's like a variable cost.
Yeah, you cannot.
Doomster.
You can't sacrifice a curse if they put it on the troll.
Support the Doomsters Union's strike. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. See this?
Unkeepable without the fawn.
Yeah, if the fawn dies, we explode. It's.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't worry, you're gonna draw a mountain extra. It's fine.
Okay, and they had this shepherd here is always a question if you want to deploy it on time or not, because it's +2/+2 on come in. Very powerful. That means they had no other 2s.
Yeah.
No,
it also has
no thanks. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks.
-1/-1 to your opponent's creatures. That's also a good thing to have just on tap.
Alright. So they played Dark Tutelage. Dark Tutelage a lot more powerful in a set where you have enchantment sacrifice as a main mechanic.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that that's also in black.
They basically have just said, yeah, that we've given up on the opponent's restriction on that sort of card. They're just gone.
All right.
The card that they did minorly that did that was Braids and Dominaria, which could sack like any permanent type. Not any permanent type. I think it literally has a list of them, but it's a full list. But they just decided it's. I think the idea is just that it was too restrictive to do so. So
Yeah, it might be that they kept on encountering in design. It's like cards that they wanted to have with this as a new thing in black. Whenever they tried to, they could for a while get it off with just enchantments, opponent controls.
yeah, Edict, opponent
But
controls.
then they kept on finding like every time that they made it, like, okay, we have to word this in a weird way. We have to. It just makes it so that it's now. It can only target stuff opponents controls, period, which kind of feels weird for black, and so on and so forth. I'm amazed that this mountain's not here yet.
Doesn't need to be. We're doing fine without it. Anyway, I'm gonna make a board. Here's my way of stuffing your 3/2 and your 2/2. Okay. 4 off that. This is a Sword of Gravedigger, kind of bigger. Can't recur itself. I've lied to my opponent by playing this swamp. I love lying to my opponent. That's one of my favorite pastimes. Can't believe that's when an enchantment dies +1/+1. Yep, that's fine. Good. I believe we're going Root Rider Fawn. Ship it. We don't really have anything I want to be doing here. The problem is that the longer the game goes on, the more that Dark Tutelage is, card advantage for our opponent. But it's also, like, a clock for us. Okay. Bob is as Bob does. I don't want to get this, like, menace creature down if possible. Their shown cards are both recursion pieces. Fell Horseman's pick up a creature. This is pick up a creature 3 or less. The Return Triumphant and the Triumphant Return. Okay, this one's pretty good for us. Go ahead and try this. See if they've got a second trick. Okay, this counter spells the witch. And as an adventure, it being, you know, counterspelled for lack of targets, goes to the graveyard. So that was that was what lying to our opponent got us.
I had to go grab the food that was heating up, but I hear some lying occurred, and that's a good time.
Yeah, our opponent tried to put a +1/+1 roll on their on their Sweet Tooth Witch.
Yep.
And we just blasted it with a, you know, burn spell. Okay, so now they get the witch, but bigger. That's fine. We know they have recursive pieces in there. That's just something we have to deal with. Almost running out the clock here.
Turn target creature to the from the graveyard to the battlefield with a wicked roll on it.
Yeah.
Okay, you turn triumphant for the same thing for 3 or less on with the young hero roll instead. Okay.
Yes.
So this witch is a young hero, huh?
This is a young.
The Sweet Tooth Witch.
That's right. Our young intrepid
I feel
hero.
like the witch that eats Hansel and Gretel, wants to eat Hansel and Gretel being a young hero is a little bit extra fucked up, but that's just me. You are what you eat. That's pretty good.
Okay. I think I'm just pushing. The idea here is to push at our opponent, and, you know, they have enough recursion. Perhaps they're willing to just block on creatures, things like that. We're going to double strike to save this. And we are holding a second trick in case of combat trick out of our opponent. Goodbye, treasure token.
They're gonna want to attack with that witch to make it a 4/3, but
Yes.
they can't. But if they do, they're, you know, you're swinging back for much more, and a 4/3 is as big as it gets.
It is 3 or less. It'll become a 5.
Oh, okay.
5/4. Okay. So, okay, great. So they sacked the, they should have, they wanted to plus the savior for that. So, we'll still trade. That's why I waited as long as I did on that. Okay, there's the greatness at any cost. They did bargain this, so they got to top 4, 2 on top, or but rested in the grave. They bin 2 lands, so they have some strong. They've gotten some card draw out of that. I don't need a mountain. I don't want to draw a mountain at this point in the game.
An incidental mountain draw would be nice.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna take it off my scry. I definitely didn't remember that this scried one. Anyway. Okay. pick up the witch. The witch can +1/+1 onto the other witch. And then perhaps they start going from here. Hello. Okay.
Big boy is here.
Troll. So I can't fight down the witch and live. That won't work. You know, it's a 4/3. This will be a 4/4 when I sacrifice the aura.
But you could fight down the other witch, go down to a 4/4, and have a blocker for the 5/4.
Yes. Fight.
Being a 5/5 isn't enormously useful when a 5/4 is coming at you anyway. So
Yeah. Okay. We also just have Dark Tutelage backing us up. All right, another witch. They have a lot of food in play. They can fix their life total issue. However, we can sneak by and just kill them. Their deck has a lot of recursion pieces. A lot of our removal has exile on it, which is nice. Both the torch and the troll just exiled. Sure, that's fine.
all right.
So, sadly, I cannot sacrifice an aura that I do not control to this. This is what came up earlier. This would be incredibly funny if you just put the troll.
You can't sacrifice something you don't control. You can force an opponent to sack. You can't sacrifice something that's not yours.
Yeah.
Board Skitter's Butcher. Rat Peasant.
Okay. This card's good. Menace their team. This is just make a rat, sure. Which exile effect? Oh, and they've got their own vault. Ooh! Okay, alright. Attack me, please.
I mean, you've got an extremely simple either double block, or you could even just or use that, or you could just triple block and they
Oh my God.
kill one.
Alright. Hold on. Hold on. 2 blockers. Oh my God, you're right. On an adventure,
Slynine?
because 09 reads to 9. Slide
9 mana, huh?
Okay. So, thinking. We have Brave the Wilds for a token. I have 1, 2, 8, 9 mana. It would be enough, but the token would be tapped. So I think that actually means we go like land, Two-Headed Hunter, Immodane Recruiter. And we push. They should go to 1.
Which means that anything that's not a land kills them.
They'll have to sack
On their
food
draw.
they'll have to sack food before their Dark Tutelage trigger. Or they will have to accept greatness at any cost. Which they could do too. This is the power of the recruiter. Okay. Go to 1. Lose your board. I lose 1 life. Greatness.
At any cost.
At any cost. I think their thought process was they couldn't win on the board there because like they're at 1. They needed that to be land, you know.
Yeah.
So they just had to accept it into their heart that because like they still need to beat, you know, a 5/4 menacer.
Mm-hmm.
That's really that went quite well dismantling this. I'm a little sad we played a mountain, but you know. Bob rules. I love Bob.
It is a great showing of everyone who's playing with this card for the first time, probably, and finding out Bob will kill you sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it. Bob will just kill you sometimes.
You need to accept into your heart that sometimes the cost is all of your life.
All it means is that you should just win with your big drops that you've been drawing, you know, before Bob kills you. That's all it means.
This one's an awkward one. We've got like our big top end bits, but like I can play Recruiter, get in, and then like recur Recruiter. Utopia Sprawl? Oh shit. I knew it was Utopia Sprawl, and that's always scary. What did they add? Utopia Sprawl Mono Green. Uh-oh. What on earth?
Spooky.
Ramp.
They're gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm scared. They're on 5 next turn.
Turn 3/5 mana. In limited. That's beautiful.
Show me like
that he can do that.
It's gonna be like a 5/4, right? Or like a. Yep.
Only for comedy.
It's true. Good news. Fixing for the troll.
Yeah, and that'll kill the worm.
Yeah, it can trade with it.
Might. Yeah, but that still kills it.
Yes, and I can pick it up too.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, don't make it bigger. I can't deal with it being bigger. Like, any roll on it is kind of bad. So much mana. Oh, God. I mean, so the thing about blue-green is that one of they're the adventure colors, but as the adventure colors, they also have, like, a 5, like a 5, or higher CMC line in them as well, which just means they have big bodies.
Mm-hmm. Flooding the board out, but they don't have an additional large thing to play. All right.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
Okay. Okay, now let's just get this off the table. In good news, we will just be able to pick that back up next turn, Virtuous Strength, and then replay it. The adventures are more so the thing. Like, you saw that had an adventure on it too. This is actually just play an extra land. It's a pretty good adventure. Oh! Don't tap my mana dork, please. Thank you.
They want to get their damage in. Gotcha. They're 3. Swing for 3.
Okay.
That is an interesting sidestepping card there. You know, it has the power 2 or less thing because it's a 4/2.
Mm-hmm.
So they force you to not trade with your piker, which you otherwise would be salivating over doing.
Okay, we're deploying a board first. Ooh. Troyans, again, another card that fits the deck they have built here. looting to fix the early problem if you don't have big things, and then mana for big things. Trying a Videlkin hanging out on Eldraine. Okay, yep, they outride, which makes sense. Come on, you don't read the Reach. Ah! He read the Reach! Fine. Anyway. Here's a 5/5. We also get to Virtue if we have any other mana source. They have one card left in hand. They do have, oh, they must have a 5-drop if they're doing the mana. Okay. How big is it? What do we got? Ooh!
It's pretty big.
That's a pain in the ass. That's large. You want to try that one again, buddy? They do. Okay. Okay. Double Strike. Double Strike is enough to kill that 6/6 without us needing to touch it. Because of the skewer.
Oh, neat.
Let's play the vault. Okay, we're at 9, so obviously we have, you know, issues here, but it's not end of the world yet. Creatures you control have trample, draw a card. Good game. You think I'm dead? How good you draw? Land. Uh-huh. You think I'm dead? Push all. See what happens. Everyone in. Uh-huh. Yep. Anyway. Anyway. Defensive double strike.
Your board of trample is very impressive, opponent. You're 1-power creatures with trample.
Yep. Cool.
You can get bigger. You can become a 3/3 next turn, no problem. But
oh my god.
well, there's something that's nice to do.
Well. Anyway.
There it is.
Anyway. Uh-huh. Yep. Let's get ready to rumble!
Truly one of the most rats off to you could possibly do this.
So I can make 1,000,000 rats? This is the same as playing rats. Alright, how many rats do we want? Like 18 rats?
You have available to you right now 6 times 3 is 24, not 24, 4, 18 right there. So you could do 17 rats because you have to pay for the red as well.
Okay.
Oh, you have a treasure though. Right, okay.
Rats.
Torch the tower. Can that go face?
No, this is creature planeswalker.
I see. Fonzbane Troll.
Sorcery.
Sorry. Gotcha.
8, 10, 12. That's not lethal. It looks like lethal, but it's not lethal. It resembles lethal. But it fails to be lethal.
Rats gotcha.
Rats off to you. They couldn't possibly have 21 rats. I'm so happy I got to do the combo and then almost died.
Yeah, but almost dying to a top deck of unnatural growth feels pretty...
Yeah.
And you still lived, so who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Easy. Just don't die. Anyway, if you make 19 rats, you're basically guaranteed to win the game.
It's pretty hard to defeat 19 rats.
Yeah. A little awkward. Oh no! Oh, we're gonna get smoked by a 2-1 mouse.
You already have your swamps, so... And I'm doubting you're playing a plains, yeah.
No, I'm doing this to try to force some better draws because we're about to die to aggression. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly are.
We have problems. Anyway, this costs 1 less for each attacker. Okay.
Playing woodland deck, like, completely ignoring its,
It's just a
adventure
2/2
and
that
creature.
draws. That's
Yeah, it's all you needed on it. It's
Yeah.
that's definitely what they're doing there.
they might have like a treasure token in their deck, you know,
Yeah.
at best. So we can play troll and pop troll next turn. We also have a this ferocious werefox.
Well, you can. They have 2 left up.
Yeah, I'm worried about what that means. This is what I get for killing the legendary creature. I'm willing to burn their trick. Oh, it's that good, huh? Damn. Okay. Anyway, here's a 5/5. And then we're gonna play another. Then we're gonna fight like a million creatures. Oh, rip. Okay.
No,
all
you're
right.
gonna lose.
Well, we're gonna get Boros. That's fine.
You got Boros by an extremely good
Holy
Boros
smokes!
card.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculously good.
Yeah. This is the kind of hand that this keep was elementally weak to. We had, you know, strong 4 and 5 drops. The monster mouse. That mouse could fight 5 rats. We could make more than 5 rats. Anyway, on to the next one. Similar to rats. Okay, this one looks good. We've got Fawn, we've got...
You can actually play Recruiter's
Yes.
adventure.
Important to be able to do that. A lot of bodies from that. Love to have this removal spell's just very... Uh-oh. Don't do it! Oh, no!
Well,
Okay, well... Let's try not to get Boros.
hey, they didn't have a play on 1 that was, like,
Yeah, they did.
aggressive and did a lot of damage to your face.
Okay, they do get to do the celebrate and switch 1/1 counter.
Okay, you get to try again.
Alright, 4 power creature.
That dies to the shock.
Does die. It dies to... It dies. It's fine. Icy Manipulator. It's free on your own turn. I made that mistake before. No, you would have done it pre. They don't have the trick. The reason they don't have the trick is that would have been a second permanent coming into play, and they would have put the counter on Ash.
Okay, you can fight down Ash.
Yeah.
That's good.
Next turn, we can make some bodies. Okay.
Fundamentally, don't care that that's a bad trade. Just getting creatures off of their board
Yes.
is what's important.
Because we have bodies we can make.
Secret rats. They shipped in rats.
All of a sudden, rats! I guess, again, ways to get a bunch of permanents into play.
Yep.
Anyway, we're gonna do that thing that our deck doesn't have planes for, but we keep doing. The crown they have over there also is an icy manipulator on creatures. It's 0 if they use it on their turn, 1 on ours, but it also has sack, draw a shit ton of cards.
For each tapped creature your opponents control. Damn, alright.
Again, like, this is a pretty, like, I feel this is a pretty, like, easy first pick rare because it doesn't put you in a, you know, color.
Doesn't put you into a color, will work, and basically anything is works with itself.
This card is first strike on their turn.
Makes sense. Those knights have vigilance, right?
Yes, they do.
So, recruiter. Recruiter coming down, that's +4 damage on what's already on here. So that's 4, 4, 4, 12 plus 1. Puts them down to 2.
I can Brave the Wilds and add a 4/4 into that.
That would kill them because they can't block with the rats, right?
Yeah, the rats can't block. They can tap. They have a tapper.
Right, they've got a tapper.
So they can
So
stop
that
them.
won't kill them, but
Yeah.
they'll get very, very close.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go recruiter. Immediate tap on
Is Brave a
troll.
sorcery? I would assume it is.
Yeah, it's a sorcery.
Okay. I can imagine how good that would be at instant.
Make it 3/3, yeah. They have a scry too as well. Okay, and they're just gonna torch my mana dork. Tap for mana. One top, one bottom. One top. So if I did Brave, I would attack for 12 here. That's not lethal, so we're just gonna attack 4. When they come in on combat, we'll have the Witch Stalker's Frenzy at the ready. So
Yeah.
they can end step draw 2. Okay. Interesting. They must still want that tap that much. I'll just take 2. I don't think there's one card that can kill me from 8. There's a fling. There's, you know, stuff like that. But one card? I don't see it. Alright. Treasure token. Uh-huh. And we get to go grab a land. If they flash in a blocker, we're fine. If they have a kill spell we won't kill them, but sure. We'll draw in response, see if we draw like one of our combat tricks. Okay. There's their refill. Alright. Can you kill me now? Land, 7 mana. I have a removal spell for an attacker. It's basically destroy target attacking creature. We have blocks on everything visible on the board, and we're lethal to any attack at this stage. Or they're lethal, they're dead on 1, so. We also get a food next turn from our saga. Welcome to Sweet Tooth.
Like that guy from Twisted Metal.
Okay, a royal roll. That gives it ward. Glass casket, that's removal. Get a blocker out of the way. And then final card is like +2/+0.
Realistically, I think it's just going to be playing their 3/3 afterwards.
If they drew optimally, this is +2/+0, make a bunch of rats. My God.
Double strike.
They
your
actually,
face.
they could have killed us on no blocks. I'm deleting this rat. Okay. Very interested in seeing both this and the last game. You can always count on Boros to be there to just, you know, be able to crush you down if you make any misstep in the early game.
But very different draws.
Yes. The missing 1-drop from them was enough to allow us to settle it back, you know?
You would have taken like at least 4 more damage if they
Right.
had that a 1-drop on there.
Right, and putting us on 4 rather than 8 is a completely different, you know, setup for how their combats could go.
Way easier to kill someone from 4 than it is from 8.
Sweet. This is a lot of ramp. So we get Root Rider. Next turn we get Sweet Tooth, Leave Up, Grubby Giant. They also have a Root Rider. And we've got a Firebolt. That's only for 2. It's pretty low. This is a card you want to be at like 3 or 4. Hell. At least it's not hasted.
You know, this is a better 4-mana 4/3 with an adventure that has created a treasure token on it than Young Red Dragon.
God, I forgot about Young Red Dragon.
These 2 cards have like the exact same numbers on them.
Mhm.
Like it's
We're doing some sort of mirror over here. It's pretty neat. If they come in, I don't think I can afford to block at this time. Like, not...
Especially because it could make a 6/5 next turn.
Yes, then I get to be ahead on the curve on size. I also get to grab my off-color, which we already have with a million fixing, a million fixing, a million fixing, but, you know. They have Troyan, okay.
Troyan, okay.
Let's go grab black. If I drew the tripler, I could play it next turn. It wouldn't do anything, but I could do it.
As opposed to being white, blue, black, red, green in that order, you'd think that they would put, you know, like a suite of one of each basic at the front.
Like, hey, here's what you're going to be grabbing.
Yeah, or like also tell the thing that you have the least of in your deck, which is like, I want to say like 60% of the time that's the thing you're grabbing within Evolving Wilds.
Right, is whatever your one of is rather than what your eight of is.
With the exceptions mainly being things you know you have double costs of, you know? Or you're just getting screwed for mana and you need to go grab the thing that you have the most of in your deck but you haven't drawn yet.
Yeah. Like here I can just end step, sack a mountain, and I would feel fine with that.
Yeah.
We can cycle away some of these.
So when you bark, no, I'm thinking of the other card, never mind. Frantic Firebolt is,
yeah,
what is this one?
This is like instant sorceries and adventure cards engrave that pump it.
Gotcha. It's X+2.
Yeah, yeah, X+2. So they're playing some sort of blocker. What the hell is this?
Oh, this is the baby who gets smaller.
Oh,
this is Merlin, is what this is.
All right,
he's aging backwards.
Yep. All right.
This motherfucker's got Skulk. Literally just Skulk.
Skulk also draws a million cards, which is, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's try to fix this up a little bit. Okay.
Nice. That makes it trade with the slinger.
Yeah, slinger plus this is enough to kill. They left up a green purposefully. Royal, the like hexproof trick that puts a roll on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literal skulk. As they've mentioned in you know current day, they're willing to just kind of put keywords wherever.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that this is the sole card in the past 2 years of Magic with the word Skulk on it.
God, Skulk is creature Skulk can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. I can't trade with my Grabby Giant on it.
So now that that trades with the Witchtalker Frenzy without even needing to kill the slinger.
Yes. So I'm worried about them having a +1/+1 hexproof trick in their hand.
Yeah.
They left up 1 mana conspicuously when they could have made a 7/8.
The thing about Skulk is that in small doses, it's not at all a bad mechanic. It's just that it does not hold legs as an evergreen.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Yep, they're leaving up the same 8. Oh god, how many Hydras do you have in your deck? Don't you goose me.
They might
actually no, goose me, please.
Wait, hold up.
I take
Goose
it back.
costs is blue-white, isn't it?
No, I think it's Hydroid Crisis mana. Blue-green X.
The Goose Mother.
I think it's Hydroid Crisis mana cost. That's my.
It is green-blue. You're right. It's
okay.
Exactly Hydroid Crisis mana cost.
Okay. So if they make it, they get an 8/8 Goose and a million 3 food. And we're just toasted.
Yeah, at that point, it's
whatever.
There. All right, that's okay.
Oh my god.
They made big boys.
Well,
Yo, that baby is huge.
Is this gonna work? You got your royal roll. This is this is gonna be hexproof and put a royal roll on target creature. That's what this card is. There it is. Hexproof and royal roll on target creature.
All right then.
I had to go for it.
That baby is so goddamn big.
Merlin's got days. Well, I don't have a good answer to this. I don't have a real answer to this one, y'all.
No, it has.
All right.
It didn't block it. Okay.
Nope.
I guess next turn they swing everything in and you get your adventure that gives double strike.
Yeah, we
And
kill
you
that way.
still can't win.
Adventure that gives double strike and a monstrous roll.
Yeah.
That can do it. And they don't block.
I'm assuming they're just gonna swing all out, is what I'm getting at there.
And they don't play the otter.
Yeah.
They did not swing all out. Okay.
Okay. I don't think you can win. I guess that's not legally lethal. That's
yeah,
true.
I'm gonna hot eat the food.
I guess, do you frantic fireball? Why is Gorfang untapping? It doesn't have vigilance, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does. Okay, never mind.
It just has vigilance because it's a cool card. This is questing beast, but like.
They cut Questing Beast in half.
Another one. Okay, alright. That's fine. Alright. We draw card that gives us a monstrous roll and double strike trick. Neither of those
Neither
cards,
of
huh?
those.
Rats off to you. Small hat over here, just kind of running the table. Medium hat. Reasonable hat.
Kind of a small hat, Logan. Yeah, you are ultra is what it is. And they still have 3 cards left in hand that you don't know about. Like
they've invented ways to kill us we haven't even thought of. Like,
yeah. And then here comes Royal Treatment again, which they do have a second of, so...
because they picked it back up with the bargain. And then we're dead, and then we'd be dead next turn, and then we'd be dead the turn after that. Alright, let's move on from that one. Oh... This deck's so cool. Oh, hey. Cyber Ghost.
Just red.
Yeah, I
So
can't
with
pull.
2 plays.
Plays aren't even that good.
Yeah.
This is good. This card's actually like I'm completely fine with that one. All right.
This is acceptable. Yeah. Yeah, Virtue's not coming out for quite a while, I feel like, and it doesn't even really work with any of the cards in your hand otherwise.
We'll shuffle. It's fine. All right.
There's Hopeless Nightmare. So what are you also getting rid of? The thing is that you can go to 3 still without all 3 lands.
I can't cast anything off that, but yeah, whatever. I can still make a body. Don't do that again, please. I need you to not do that a second time. Ooh, I need you to not counter unless I pay 2 on this, please. Just let it resolve. It's a cool card. Don't throw an apple at it. We're fine. Everything's good. Okay, we're just milling 4. We're just milling 4, picking up a grip tide. You know, these are normal things.
Very normal plays.
Help. Alright, we still have a grip tide to deal with.
Which does just kill your human.
It does kill my human. Look at this human.
That's a human, all right.
Yeah, they are a human. They are on a board for a board game.
Yeah, they're playing around a Carcassonne.
Yeah, the really like Agricola, like.
Oh, there we go. That Brave the Wilds is actually really nice.
Yeah, this
You did just make a token.
I can't afford to have a land be murdered is the other problem.
That's fair. It also would make it so that you wouldn't get the counters as well.
Yes. I'd get 1 counter instead of 2. And okay. All right.
Just flat divination and instant speed.
Yep. Which they cast as inspiration because they just said 4. So
Yep.
our opponent's playing like instants all day, every day. Please tap out for a 3/3 flyer. Not quite. That's a 1/1 flyer.
They didn't even bother to do the tapping.
Well,
Threats diversified.
you got it, boss.
Yep.
Put that at bottom. I don't really want to draw that one again. So, like, do they have Thoughtseize for me then? Is that why they played this out? I don't want to get Thoughtseized here. Because, like, Agatha's Champion is a very strong card to push into any board they have. It is a token. It'll delete. Yes, that is correct. It is. Human is not down there. I just also didn't want to draw
Human
it.
is gone forever.
They're hyper deleted. Okay.
Was that the Griptide that they just picked back up?
No,
no,
the
okay.
3 or less mana kill, which these are both 3 drops, so.
Okay.
Wow, they don't really have a lot of presence. Like,
Yeah, the board presence is not extreme, that's for sure.
I'm just playing up. Their draw is a kill spell on one of my creatures, and so I don't think they're going to be making too much, like, pressure on me. So I think right now the path is pressure them down. Like, yeah, they can kill, you know, either my Verdant Outrider or my Totons, but, like, sure. Card that's getting counterspelled? What?
Okay. Interesting. Forces you to pay the token, now it doesn't let you, yep. Return target spell to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
Interesting. So is it that he's an aficionado of water, and that's why he's an aquatic aficionado? Alchemist. Sorry, I've been
Bubble
okay,
up.
listen. My eyes are not the best.
Alright, so kill one, I get a rat. Kill the other, I get a second rat. They play out the adventure on here, which is each opponent discards a card, which I'll just discard this. That's fine. We can replay Agatha's Champion, and then, like, continue our press.
And you can sacrifice a rat to get
Yes.
the effect on it anyway.
Yeah, like to kill that
Rats
flyer.
as tokens.
Rats as tokens.
Rats is the same.
That was a pretty good bounce on this. They got the bargain. Like, you know, we didn't even get anything out of my food.
I get this champion, ate my food and didn't do his job. 0 out of 10. Do not hire him for fighting.
Okay. So discard the frenzy. They know the card in hand. Can you bargain with a rat? I've come to bargain.
Then Mr. Champion just ate my pet rat, and then he finally did his
Oh
job.
my god. Why'd you eat my rat? They have shown enough incidental discard. I'm not just going to hold it unless it's something real. I know we have a looting effect in our deck, but, like... all adventures are considered the creature side in every zone but the stack, with, like, some really, really weird edge cases. but for the most part, like this is a creature. Or, no, sorry, this is a creature. You can recur it with a card that recurs a creature, but you can't recur with a card that recurs an instant. You can sometimes grant this flashback. Which is very funny to me. Oh my god, Agatha's champion is going to eat another rat.
Then when the champion left my house for a few hours, he came back in and ate my other rat.
Other rat? Why do you keep eating my rats?
The thing is, too, is I'm not entirely sure why they did that.
Do they have another counterbalance?
They might have another counterbalance.
Stop eating my rats! Oh, that's cute.
Interesting. Well, you got your rat back.
Rat refund. And
Another rat.
another rat.
Tauntauns can make a lot of rats.
Yeah. Okay.
Tauntauns, by the way, interestingly, named after a bit of recurring Germanic artwork, which is of a bunch of skeletons dancing. The Death Dance.
Anyway, we actually get to
Eat their lunch with our rat.
now. If they have removal
And
here,
you
we
get
get
to
it.
follow up with this. Okay.
Yeah, as long as they don't have removal here, we're good. Great. If they had removal, they could counterspell that, and that would be very bad. But here we get to, you know, absolutely walk all over them. And here's a game-ending threat. 5 power minutes. Let's go. 2/3 turns to kill. These rats are doing so much work. Oh!
There it is. Yep. Okay, here's their finisher. Twining twins. They look so goddamn much like the same person. You ask them if they want ice cream, they both say yes.
Alright, here's how we can still win. Rats. Well,
Tragically, forests are not rats.
it's okay. Yeah, this is, Mono Blue Sarah Angel with Ward for 1 less. No, my rat! Curse.
Couple of bad draws in the end. It happens.
Yeah, this was a pretty close one. I feel like we did a lot of good movement on it.
Yep.
But they ended up having the final nail in the coffin. Look, at the end of the day, I got to make 19 rats.
You did get to make 19 rats.
And
And that's the only thing that matters in life.
that's basically all that mattered with this deck. So, also, this is, like, just fine. 4-3
Yeah,
and
it's-
5-3 is the line. Like, is the line where you get your
4-3 is
full...
what you want.
That's where you get your entry back. So... I did get to achieve my plan, which, you know... 19-0. Yeah. There's a lot of different moving bits in this format, and I like the way that like bargain kind of holds together a lot of things, like enchantment likers, food likers, token likers all want like bargain cards, or at least have a use for
I
them.
really like that it calls out, yeah, it's specifically artifact, enchantment, or token. Token, you know, agnostic, of whatever kind it is.
Yeah, it can be any token. It can be a rat. It can be a treasure token. It can be you know, obviously that fits under artifact as well. But yeah, also this card is like really strong. Like you play this on 5 and your opponent goes, "What?"
This is an archetype of green, you know, large common that gains life, and they're always good and limited, pretty much.
Yeah, the like this size body. Generally, we've had like 6/6 for 6 that gains these 3 life and things like that, and that's a strong card to play because it comes down, can stabilize the life total, and also control the board. Just take it. Oh, Titanic growth. Okay, I don't think I'd seen that trick. But yeah, and then we have the enchantment slot. And, like, the enchantment slot, again, gives a lot of, like, nifty cards. Stab Wound here was a absolute ruler of our first draft.
All-star. Yeah.
And was an all-star in basically every
Return to
format
Rev.
that existed. Yeah, and Return to Rev, it had Unleash as, like, these really annoying targets to hand off to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Choose target enchantment you control that doesn't have the same name as another permanent you control. Create a copy of it, except it isn't legendary. If it's an aura, untap, then scry 2.
Feels like it should go into my my stupid commander deck that's all about making enchantments out of things that aren't enchantments. You know,
Yeah.
the one that I played 89 copies of Mirari's Wake and lost.
This one's not one you're going to be seeing in limited doing anything, but it is a nice card. This is played and constructed with a lot of the suspend for 0 or suspend cards. The hell do you do? Rats.
Rats.
Oh.
Okay, so by itself, even ignoring the rest of this text, this is 4 mana, 3/3 with menace that creates 2 1/1s a camp block. And then you can sacrifice another creature at upkeep to put counters onto this and exile the top card of your library. This guy does a lot. Damn.
Yeah.
It's like he gets to eat the rats and then also make it so you can play the top card of your library, and you don't even lose power and toughness.
Right.
This is a menacer as well. Like, he's already evasive. Bam.
That's a lot of effect on that. Then this is...
I guess if they're going to make a red mid-range card, it has to be pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it has shades of like a Cloud Goat-esque, like, you know, not, you know, nothing is Cloud Goat, but, oh, Acidine Antics.
Okay, so I almost drew like 36 cards because my opponent played this on me once. I had Ephemera of Enchantress out,
Oh,
and there's a card as well that's like a Screams Terror from Within or something like that. That is just -1/-1, but if it goes to grave, it comes back attached to something else. So those 2 cards together just killed the, you know, we're a wrath flat out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I had Ephemera of Enchantress out, so I had to ask, when does this die? Because I could draw anywhere from 2 to 36 cards.
How many cards do you want to give me?
It was just the 2, obviously,
Okay,
but
right. This is one thing about rolls is that like rolls are easy to internalize as 1 roll per creature, but that's not true.
it's 1 roll per player per creature.
Correct. So you can have a cursed young hero, or something like that, where like it'll be a 2/2 or whatever from your thing. It can be double cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is... Ooh, another one of the virtues. This one's quite good.
Damn, at the beginning of your end step.
So-
So even better than upkeep.
You might be reading this and thinking, oh, yeah, 2 mana for a 2/2, and then 5 mana for this, like, big anthem effect that untaps your team. Instant.
Instant.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, that's really good. Wow.
Yes. The,
You can completely ignore the virtue of loyalty part, and it's still good.
yeah, I was gonna say, that's just a Flash Bear, and Flash Bear's, like, playable. Like, that's,
Flash
like,
Bear
fine.
with vigilance.
Yeah,
like it's,
Flash Bear Vigilance, that's,
a-
like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, but Flash Bear with, like, also a threat of this big, you know, game-ending effect.
Yeah.
The virtues are all this way. They're not all instants, but they're all, like, big, flashy enchantment and tiny spell to make them, like, worth including. We saw the green one we
and
were
also,
playing.
Yeah, and also the other fun thing about that is because it's a tiny spell, you're likely going to play early. The looming threat of these things will stay with you the entire game until they come down.
Yeah, because if I go... I'm just going to go pull up the...
All five.
Yeah, because this is a really cool cycle.
Looks cool to me. Yeah.
Okay, Virtue, and then I want... Not collected. So yeah, we have Virtue of Loyalty.
We just saw it.
We have Virtue Strength. This has a recursion piece for land or creature, so raise dead plus.
Yep.
In blue...
But regrowth minus.
Yeah. In blue, we have Panharmonicon, permanent entering the battlefield, double trigger. As the big.
They cannot decide where Panharmonicon goes in colors.
Because this was on Elish Norn recently. It was on Colorless, obviously, on Panharmonicon.
I believe there's a green version of it as well.
Well, there's that legend, the Yarok, green, black, blue.
Right.
There's a number of them, so it just kind of goes everywhere. It is like obviously like justifying anything in blue is easy, but like, you know, it's like, okay, copy a come into playability, like sure.
That's easy. Yeah, no. I don't dislike that it's in blue. It's just that this is a mechanic that I think they have not decided where its home color is.
Yeah. And then the small effect is copy an activated or triggered ability, which is generally a common playability, but can also be like copying a planeswalker active or, you know, things like that. Yeah, it goes in any color that has creatures and effects, which is to say any color.
All colors plus colorless.
Yeah.
So
that's courage here. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage, exile that many cards. You can play those cards this turn.
wow.
That
Okay, so
many. Yeah, so
Lava
like,
Axe, reveal 5.
yeah. You have to pay for them. There's no free.
Yep. And it's this turn, so it's not one of the lenient next turn ones either.
Yeah, but it's a million cards. And then of course here it's like you have 2 mana shock.
Yep.
Like, look, you know, 2 mana shock is look if attached to another card.
Time, whenever it's attached to another card, that's perfectly playable. Yeah.
Yeah. Bone Crusher, obviously, for the curve out is one of its big things, but conditional shock is seen being around. Then the final one, my favorite, Virtue of Persistence. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Deador's Knell was a powerful card in its standard tenure back in the original Ravnica in the year 2005, 2006. It had this exact text for 4 and then black-white hybrid 3 times, 7 mana. And it had decks built around it. It was, you played it as a way to recur like Kamigawa Dragons and things like that. This is that card with a playable removal spell.
Yeah, and easier to cast because 5 black is definitely on average easier than 4 hybrid white black white black white black.
Yeah, means that you can't play it in like mono white, but
Yeah, but
yeah. The removal spell in here also, it's sorcery speed, not instant. Last Gasp was a kill spell back then. But yeah, this is like a fine small kill spell attached to a game-winning threat. So, yeah, all 5 of these virtues are quite cool. They also have the same art with the figure walking.
yeah,
into
figure
each of-
walking to some kind of like, you know, they're on an adventure, quite
Yeah.
literally.
Looking like I believe each of these are the knights from
From original Eldraine.
the
like,
uncommon knights. Like, I'd have to look at their designs all, but I believe they're all the knight that was at uncommon for each of those. Like this Sir Conrad and such. There's that blue sword there. Yeah, Rings of Bright Earth sort of in the background on this one. Look.
Yep.
Which is funny because the copy effect is over here. but yeah, Eldraine.
Yeah, the set seems neat.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool.
So that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining. Thanks, Doc, for jumping on in and for the host.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Let's see. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. So you're live, subscribe. Thank you to everybody who is just here having a good time. Upcoming stuff tomorrow. More Slay the Spire mods. Continuing to check out more of those. And then on Sunday, we're starting back up on Battle Network, moving to Battle Network 4. We'll be jumping into the Legacy Collection. Starting up 4 on
Well, good luck with 4.
yeah, and then other normal streams at that. Mondays over at Vprizzes, we've got Seiken Densetsu 3. You can catch
Which
me.
I have assigned Slyo as Charlotte. But don't worry, she's good.
Good. Okay,
And she's fun.
that's a good outcome. Yeah. So all right. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.